What's up, y'all? It's Cosmic Cage, back again with another episode. This time we're talking about dating. As we know, dating right now is pretty toxic. So some might ask, what's the point of dating right now? What's the point of all the stress, the arguments, the wasted time, the wasted money? Kind of serves no purpose at this point, right? It seems to bring more negative than positive, and why would you do that in your life? But as is with everything in life, dating serves a purpose, and each dating experience is up to you to find what that purpose is. Now, by all means, not all relationships are clearly going to work out, and in fact, most of them won't work out. And what you have to understand is that's completely normal. I always use this example to kind of help people understand the realistic expectations of dating. First, what I always say is, how often are you really going to get married in your life? Most people would probably get married maybe once or twice in their life. Maybe 3 if you're pushing it. And if you're getting married 3 times, you've most likely still dated over 100 people. Most of the time. And when I mean dated, I mean interactions, whether you text, call, communicated, went on a first date, talked for a period of time. When I mean dating, I mean in the very loosest of terms. So if you understand that, hey, even if I dated 100 people and I got married 3 times, that's still a 3% chance. So in the worst case scenario, 3% of your relationships are going to work out. So you understand that most of them won't work out. And that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with the failed relationships. It's actually expected. If it's expected, then why will you get upset? If I know that I'm gonna go outside in the rain, I'll get wet in the rain, I shouldn't be mad if I get wet in the rain, right? So if I know that most of my dating experiences aren't gonna work out, then what is my real anger towards it? Now I know that's easier said than done, but I want you to understand that mindset and stop getting mad when you're not meeting the right people or your relationships aren't going the way it's supposed to. That's just how it is supposed to be in life. Each relationship is more of you learning more about yourself. Because as you date, you'll realize everyone has different qualities. And you'll understand that you value certain things over other things. But in the most sense, you should grow and develop each relationship. And certain people will struggle with things and certain people will do things well. And there's things that you never encountered before that you'll meet with the new person. And then when you meet that person and they bring this into your life, you're now like, other people can actually do this. So with each person you find out, okay, I like these qualities, I don't like these qualities. The real goal of relationships is to get better at them each time. If someone sits here and says they never did wrong in a relationship, they're completely wrong. You always have something that you can improve with each experience that you go through. And that's the number one thing you have to understand. If you go through the experience always playing the victim, the first thing that's happening is you're going to never have a level of accountability. And if you don't have a level of accountability, there's no area for you to grow because you think you're in the right. You still have opportunities to grow in each relationship. Case in point, if I'm right and I was talking to someone and they did me wrong, maybe I didn't do a good job seeing these things earlier. Maybe my selection process wasn't the best. Maybe I didn't have my eyes open to things I should have before. So these are stuff you can take from experiences that weren't so great that you could pick up and learn from when you go into the next experience. Well, first is saying I'm the victim in this situation. I don't need to do anything to improve. What's gonna end up happening is you're gonna keep finding the same cycle that you go in over and over because you're meeting the same people and you're never thinking to grow out of that. So at the end of the day, whether you're right or wrong, you can still learn. Every time you have a new partner, I always try to do a self-evaluation or a partner evaluation. Is this person closer to the qualities that I ask and desire for? Is this person a better person than I dated before? Do we connect better than we do before? Are we growing as a relationship? Because the thing is, each relationship is not meant to be perfect from the start. I think a lot of things in today's societies have led people to just move on so quick and avoid conflict. And when you avoid conflict and you keep thinking that you're gonna find the perfect person, it's never gonna happen. Everyone's gonna come with flaws, everyone's gonna come with problems, you're gonna have to learn to compromise. And part of compromising is just understanding the situation, growing from it, and then actually working together to find a common goal. Obviously, with social media, dating apps, and just the access you have to so many people all over the world, people feel more inclined to just say, this ain't working. I have these people in my DMs, or I have this person I could talk to. And we just not really working through things that we used to before. I think if that person is taking active steps to develop who they are and are making an effort to be a part of your life, I think that's something that you should really consider. Each relationship is going to take sacrifice. And if you see that person making the necessary changes, it might not be at the speed that you want, but you're seeing them actively improving in this department. This is something that's worth sticking through. I just hear so many people in relationships talking about, complaining about certain people and the acts that they put up. And my biggest thing is like, so when did you find this out? And how long you stayed after? And it's always the common thing of people finding out these issues and staying in these relationships months after they find out these issues, because they cling on to one or two things. You have to understand, if you see that this person has not made these changes and they look the same, if not worse, after you had the conversation, then it's time to move on. Versus someone who is making changes. It might not be as fast as you like, but you see them moving in the right direction. I always talk about people not living in the present. Be keen on what's right in front of you. We all are haunted by our past relationship experiences. We all thinking about our future, our kids, our families, and all this stuff. And that's completely normal. But if you miss out on something great in front of you because you're haunted by your past, or you're thinking about your future too much, you're gonna always miss out on great opportunities. So let the dating experience happen naturally and organically. Do not put numerical things on something you want to happen naturally. Yes, you should have standards. And yes, your lifestyle should match what you're doing. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't let love happen organically. Yes, we all have an image on how love looks, but we need to understand that it's not going to always look the same each time. Love you get from your family is not the same as you get from your friends, and it's not the same that you get the love from your partner. All three are not the same. Just because your daddy or mommy treats you a certain way don't mean your lover needs to. Yes, that might be the only type of love you received in your life, but this is why it's important for certain people to go to therapy, take care of their mental health, and really put you in a real direction and path to have a better understanding of yourself. Once you understand yourself and now you're growing to understand what you like, you can then make better decisions when it comes to dating. When you make these better decisions that's come to dating, then you can sit there and reflect and say, I'm making better choices as the women I'm dating are getting better. And if I'm dating people and the decisions are getting better, then I'm gonna head in the right direction. If it don't make sense, don't commit. I don't care how beautiful that person is. I don't care what they do for their career. I don't care what they are to you. If it doesn't seem natural, get rid of it. So at the end of the day, the true meaning of dating is really about yourself. It's really about you understanding more about who you are, what you like, what you don't, what you're willing to accept and what you're not. And once you understand that is the true meaning of dating, then you can navigate some of the toxic elements that goes through it and all this BS that goes through it. Because now you're not holding in that pent up energy, dealing with all these negative experience. You just understand that this is not for me versus these qualities are for me. And now the quality of people that you start picking end up becoming better. Once we understand these things, then life becomes more simple, because now at the end of the day, you're not changing to conform to anybody else. You're being yourself. And at the end of the day, whoever you love, you want them to love you for you. Again, this is Cosmic Cage, back with another episode on dating. I just wanted to help people out understanding what is the point of dating right now in 2024 with all the roadblocks going on. Now, by no means this is going to be for everyone, but this can definitely help quite a few amount of people. Hopefully y'all are crushing it again today. Hopefully y'all crushing it tomorrow. Hopefully y'all crushed it yesterday. The goal is to become better every day, and that's what we're going to aim to do, and hopefully this episode helps you do that. Again, my name is Cosmic Cage. Back again. I'll see you soon.